Hi, I'm Nile Harris. I'm a life strategist, a consultant, and a speaker, and I work with entrepreneurs and professionals to make the jump to the other side of fear and foolishness to achieve their most audacious life goals. And I was having a conversation with one of the people that I consult and advise with. We got to talking about lack of confidence and confidence in ourselves and our abilities and our skills. And I can completely relate to this. And one of the things we talked about was imposter syndrome. And I wanted to talk to you guys about imposter syndrome today. I am somebody who definitely struggles with this at times and have come up with ways to overcome and manage through it. And I've come up with 3 ways to help me, and I help my clients overcome and manage through imposter syndrome as well. And imposter syndrome is really this feeling that we don't belong in the space that we're in. We walk into a room and we feel like everybody in that room is smarter than us or better than us or more accomplished than us. We get a reward or an award and we feel like, oh, not me. And we move immediately into this self-deprecating humor about it. But really what that is that internal feeling that you don't deserve what you've earned. And like I said, I have struggled with that for at least since my entire professional career. And for me, where I felt it the most was I was accepted to business school, and a high-ranking business school, and I was accepted in the spring. And from the spring to the time we got to campus in the fall, I felt as if I didn't belong. I felt that they were going to call me and say, Nile, we made a horrible mistake and we're rescinding your acceptance letter. I went through probably the first month of school thinking that they were going to call me out of class and tell me that they had made a horrible mistake, until I finally looked around me and realized almost everyone who I was in school with, my classmates, my cohort mates, felt this way too. And I realized that we're all in the same boat. We all deserve to be in the spot that we got. So social media at times, and just our general interactions at work or out in the world, will have us believing that we're not as good as we think others are or view others are. But people rarely display their struggle on Instagram or Facebook. They rarely come to work and to the conference room or a meeting and say that they're struggling. And the reason why imposter syndrome can really hold us back in being able to speak up and get our ideas out there. We might have a brilliant idea and we just don't want to put it out there because we feel like internally we don't belong. But the people around you are missing out. Your business is missing out. Your clients, your customers are missing out. Your teammates are missing out on what you have to say. So I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 things that you can do. I do these things too. I advise people that I work with to do these 3 things. First, remind yourself of a time when you were absolutely crushing it. For me, when I go back to that business school example, this is actually the binder I used when I was accepted into business school. This is my whole business school strategy. I went to business school in 2001. I've held on to this for 18 years because it reminds me of the hard work I did, because the first time I applied to business school, I was rejected. I went back to the board. I got myself together. And sometimes when I feel like I'm just not doing well, I pull out this binder, or at least I look at it because it's kind of heavy, and remind myself of the time I was crushing it. Number 2, find out and read about a person that you admire. Their struggle, their story isn't linear. They had struggle and challenges. Michelle Obama, for example, if you have not had an opportunity to read her book, please do. But it talks about the pathway to success that she took. So read about someone else's struggle. Number 3, get yourself a theme song. I'm telling you, it will change your life. Right now, my theme song is Legends Are Made. Go ahead, Google it, listen to it. I've had different theme songs throughout life. When I was applying to business school back in the year 2000, my theme song was Win by Brian McKnight. So those are my 3 tips. 1, remind yourself of how great you are. 2, read about someone you admire, learn about their journey. 3, get yourself a theme song and dance to it.